Hi, everybody. This is your girl, Angeline, your financial serenity coach. Just wanted to kind of share something that's been on my mind for a couple of days ago with you guys. I hope everybody is doing awesome today. You know, you guys are up and about and moving around. But I got a text message from my mom. This was about a couple of weeks ago, that one of my cousins in the UK passed away. She was only 19 years old. I wasn't sure exactly how she died until a couple of days ago when I was having a conversation with my mom. My first instinct was that it was probably an accident, but I found out afterwards that she passed away in her sleep at 19 years old. She was a healthy young lady, exercised, she played sports, she had a job, fully functional, independent, and something happened and nobody knew what it was. She had a slight fever a couple of days before, wasn't feeling good. From what I understand, her family heard her moving around about 4 o'clock in the morning prior to them finding her the next day, only to find out that she passed away in her sleep. It got me thinking because my family and I started working with in an unconventional way with a holistic doctor. And let me just pause to say here that I'm not against conventional medicine. Kudos to all our doctors for their research and all the help that they've given us to help to maintain our life and our health. My sister is an RN, so I complete respect for the medical profession. But it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, my daughter, and some of you have seen me posting stuff about her. My daughter started having abdominal pains at 9 years old. And this proceeded for about 4 months straight. It was one of those things that was really uncomfortable, especially for me, just seeing her in pain and not knowing what's wrong with her. Took her to the doctor. They did every test that you could think imaginable. Blood work, x-rays, ultrasound. We did everything. They didn't find anything wrong with her. The doctor finally said that she probably, is about at the point where her body is preparing for her cycle. But our days were really crazy. Like, she would wake up and she'd be so happy. She would be ready to go to school, and I would drop her off at school, and then at 12 o'clock I get a call from the school. You need to come pick her up. Her stomach is hurting. Or there were other mornings where she would wake up with her stomach hurting, and then by 12 o'clock she was fine. So for us, for 4 months, it was a day-to-day process with her. We didn't know what was going to happen from day to day with her. Tried to find out everything that was possible to see what was wrong with her, and they couldn't find anything. The doctors couldn't find anything. Just to show you how serious it was, on New Year's Eve of that year, I was in the ER with her because her stomach was hurting so bad she couldn't stand up straight. And again, more tests, and we still couldn't find out what was wrong with her. By the time spring break came around, I was at the point where I was really tired of seeing her in pain and just wanted answers. The doctor had recommended us to a gastroenterologist. So we went to the gastroenterologist. She confirmed that no, her body is not getting ready for a cycle. That's not the issue. But because we couldn't find out what was wrong with her, they were going to do an endoscopy on my 9-year-old daughter. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's when they put you to sleep and put a camera down your throat so they could look into your stomach to see what's going on. Well, needless to say, the insurance company denied it twice, saying that they wouldn't allow the insurance to cover it. So you can just imagine, for those of you who are parents, you can understand this. I was at wit's end at this point. I have to know what's wrong with my daughter. I was not going to make spring break pass, and I didn't get answers. So I was having a conversation with one of my associates, and she mentioned to me that she knew of a holistic doctor. She said, you've tried everything else, so why not try her? See if there's something that she could do for you. So I got on the phone. A couple of days later, we were with her. When I spoke to her, I did tell her, what was going on with my daughter, what the ailments were. We sat down and she examined my daughter and found out that she had an imbalance in her stomach. It was something, not sure what it was, but it was something that was going on in her stomach that was causing an imbalance. Needless to say, when I was growing up, my mom used to give us stuff like aloe vera to drink. And if you guys are from the island, you can relate to this, right? All the bitter stuff your parents used to give you to drink. Well, she told me that those things are supposed to help with your stomach acids balancing out. So she recommended some of those things for my daughter, gave us some other things, and also told me that my daughter had parasites in her stomach. It's like, okay, this is crazy. So needless to say, our holistic doctor, she's about an hour away from our home. She gave my daughter an 8-ounce bottle of water with liquid chlorophyll in it, which is one of the things that we always take, liquid chlorophyll. And by the time we got home after that hour ride, my daughter was already passing parasites. I was a little bit puzzled about the whole process when she was telling me all the things that were going on with my daughter. So I figured, you know what? I was a little bit skeptical because I did tell her what was wrong with her. This lady probably could have been feeding me something. So what I did was I had her examine me without telling her anything about me, anything that was going on with me. About 2 months prior to that, I went to the doctor and the doctor diagnosed me with high cholesterol. I'm not a tablet person, of course. So my first option was, okay, what do I need to do in my diet to make this go away? That was what I told the doctor. So at that point, I wasn't taking any medication, just trying to manage diet-wise with that. Didn't tell her anything, sat down in her chair, and I kid you not, guys, I could tell you her examination really freaked me out the first time I sat down with her. She used a magnifying glass with a light on it to look in your eyes to examine you, both your eyes, and she tells you what was wrong with you. So when she did my examination, one of the things that she said about me was she told me that I have to be having pains in my legs because I'm retaining water in my legs. Well, nobody knew that I was aching in my legs. Every morning when I woke up prior to that, I would walk around for 10 minutes just to try to get the circulation going in my legs because my legs were hurting so bad. And I thought it was just, I was just getting older. My joints were probably getting stiff or something like that. I didn't know I was retaining water in my legs. And then she told me that I must be experiencing pain in my left shoulder at this point because my left shoulder has been hurting me so bad that there were nights when I could hardly sleep. My husband was the only one who knew about this because he was the one who was rubbing my shoulder at night or, giving me something to take. Most of the time, the pain medicines did not work. And she was like, yeah, you have mucus buildup in your shoulder. That's why you have pain in your shoulders. Now, all of this stuff that I'm telling you about is not something that you would get diagnosed with from a medical profession. Okay, a doctor wouldn't tell you all of these things. In addition to that, she mentioned parasites and some other stuff that, I had going on in my body. And needless to say, I was just really surprised. I went home, told my husband about it. 2 days later, my husband and my 2 sons were sitting in her chair, with her examining them. One of my oldest son, DJ, my oldest son wakes up. Back then, he woke up every morning sneezing. That's how I knew he was up. For 10 minutes straight, every single morning he woke up, he would sneeze for like 10 minutes. It was so bad that we got so used to it that when I heard him sneezing, I would yell across the room and go, DJ, can you wake up your brother and your sister for school? Because I knew he was up. And we thought that it was allergies, but it couldn't be allergies because he does this every single morning. We thought that we might have had mold in our carpet or something. The carpet was dirty or we cleaned it. We tried everything and it did not work. When I took him to her, he had just had strep throat the week prior to that. And I took him to her and she examined him without me telling her anything, told him that his white blood cells were shot. Like he had nothing to resist any virus or anything in his body because his immune system was shot. Well, what she didn't know was he was on antibiotics at that point. And he was at the end, maybe a couple of days away from the end of the antibiotics. She told me to let him finish the antibiotics. And then she told me that he had mucus all in his chest, all in his shoulder area, going all the way up his nose. And that's why he sneezes so much. I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Nobody has ever explained that to me. She gave him a regimen. And when I tell you that my son has not sneezed in years since she's put him on that regimen, I was just like so appalled. About a week later, his strep throat came back. I didn't know what to do because I don't know. If I take him back to the doctor, they're going to give him antibiotics. It's going to mess up his immune system again. I needed answers. And I called her and she told me to use one of the things that she gave us. That's a natural supplement. She also told me to use black seed oil, which is something I discovered a few months prior to that was really good to build your immune system. She told me to mix those two things, give him 3 times a day. And by day 3, he would be better. Day 3, my son was back in school. Completely healed, no issues, no problems. The reason why I'm saying all of this is I thought about this when I heard that my cousin passed away. And my first thought was, if she had access to a doctor like Dr. Ayan, the condition that caused her to pass away in her sleep probably would have been caught. They would have realized that there's something wrong by having access to someone like her. Since then, I've recommended this lady to so many different people. So many different people. I have a young lady that goes to my church who her aunt was sick for two years. She was in and out of hospital for 2 years. The doctors couldn't find what was wrong with her. At one point, she almost died and they still didn't know what was wrong with her. And she asked me to pray for her one day, and I just started asking what was going on. And when she told me what was happening with her, I gave her Dr. Ayan's number. She went to see her. Her aunt went to see her. Now, no, I didn't know her aunt. Okay, I just knew her. We were at the beach one day. Our church went to the beach for baptism one day, and this lady started yelling my name, running to me, screaming at me, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Who is this? Like, did I meet her somewhere? And she just came and gave me a big hug. And she told me, I'm the aunt. I'm the person who you recommended Dr. Ayan to, and she has literally saved my life. She said, I haven't been in pain since I've seen her. I've gotten answers that doctors could not give me because it wasn't something medical that was wrong with her. It was something that was going on in her body that they couldn't catch on their devices or their x-rays. And she started telling me about how she started taking this regimens and how much better she's felt than she's felt in years. My own mom went to her. My mom used to be in pain like all the time. She doesn't do very good in air conditioning. She was just in pain all the time. My sister used to take her to get hormone shots to the doctor because she couldn't sleep because she was in so much pain. And when she went to Dr. Ayan, she told her that she has a disorder in her bones, stuff that doctors can't really catch. And that's the reason why she's in pain so much. After not sleeping for months after my mom went to her, she was able to sleep. I'm talking about really rest and sleep without pain after going to her. Guys, I'm not here to tell you stories. I'm just here to say, a lot of us pray for healing. A lot of us go to doctors and we expect them to work miracles for us. I know people are out there who want answers for things that are happening with them and their family members, and they just can't get it. There's another way. There's another way. And when I tell you that I have not been on medications at all, my kids are healthy. During COVID, when everybody else was getting sick, my condolences to the people who lost loved ones. My house, we were all healthy. Nobody was getting sick in my house. Because we were taking the supplements that she gave us, and they are natural stuff. They're not stuff that you get addicted to. They're natural things that cleanses your body so that your body does what it is supposed to do in the first place, which is heal itself. Your body is designed to take care of itself. That's why when you get a cut, the blood rushes to it, and after a while, all of that stuff heals itself. Our body is designed to heal itself. I've had people who I've told about Dr. Ayan that has had cancer who's gone to her and have never had to go do chemo. I have friends who they've been having issues with their weight and they just want to lose weight. That has gone to her. And now they are nice and healthy, have lost weight, are able to exercise. I'm saying all of this to say that health can be practical. Yes, we try to eat good, we try to exercise, but our health can be practical if we do what is necessary so that not just the outside of our body is taken care of, but the inside. I have another associate who she stress smokes. Like, ever since I've known her, whenever she gets stressed out, she smokes. And I saw her one day. She had gone through a very, very stressful period in her life. And she was not just stress smoking, she was also stress eating. She had gotten huge when I saw her. And I remember walking up to her and saying, baby, you got to change something, because if you don't, your heart's going to stop. You're getting too big too quickly. And she told me, she said, I'm going through a lot and I just can't stop smoking and I want to stop. I gave her Dr. Ayan's number. She went to her. 2 weeks later, she called me and told me all of the cravings were gone. She was not smoking anymore. She didn't have any cravings to smoke at all. Because whatever she gives you, it positions your body so that your body craves what's healthy and what's nutritious for your body. So I know people who they not just stress eat, but they're snackers. Like, they cannot pass a Dollar General without going in there and buying a Debbie snack, right? That's just their thing. And when they go to her, that craving for sugar after going through the process is gone. Like, those unnatural cravings for things that we're not supposed to be intaking too much of is gone. And they're able to be healthy. I have another friend who she has rheumatoid arthritis. Like, this chick is supposed to be in a wheelchair. And she goes to her. She is fully functional. She works, when I say fully functional, her husband exercises almost every other day. She exercises. She has a full-time job. She's fully functional. You would not know that she has rheumatoid arthritis. But she goes to her so that whatever it is that she can do to let her body heal itself, she's able to do that. I'm just reaching out to you guys. For those of you who just want answers, for those of you who just want another option, for those of you who maybe just want to be healthy because you want to live long, okay? I posted her number at the bottom of the screen. Listen, give her a call. She travels all over the country, all over the world, and she helps whoever she can. I just think the platform needs to be built for people like these who can really help us to be the best version of ourselves, to be healthy. Great work, like I said, to the doctors and nurses who help us every single day. But doctors and nurses are not miracle workers, okay? There's some things that we can do to help ourselves so that we can be healthy, so we can live healthy lives, so we don't have to be in pain on a daily basis, struggling to survive. But we have someone who can help us. People like Dr. Ayan who can help. And for those of you who are interested as well, she teaches you how to do what she does. She teaches the class on how to do exactly what she does, to find out what different ailments people have and know exactly what to do to be able to position our bodies so our bodies heal itself. If you live in the US, you might be like me. I love me some ice cream, okay? And a lot of the stuff that we have here have hormones in them, and it's kind of hard to pick through it. If you're going to eat healthy, it's going to cost you a whole lot. But you can do something else to make sure that your body is healing itself, to make sure that you are healthy, and that's what she's able to provide. So that was kind of on my heart for the past couple of days. I just wanted to reach out to you guys and just give you guys some information. She has helped me and my family so very much. Even my husband, who has had issues with high blood pressure, she has helped my family so much in being healthy and being able to just be able to function the way that we are designed to be, designed to function by God's standards. So guys, you keep healthy out there, you keep safe. Give Dr. Ayan a call if you just need somebody who would need to give you a second opinion. I'm pretty sure she'll be glad to. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Be blessed.